In this episode, we're going to take a look at one of my birthday presents that I've been chomping at the bit to open. Unfortunately, when I got it, we were in the middle of G.I. Joe July, and this dude is definitely not a member of G.I. Joe. So, stick around. Dorks and Dorkettes, and welcome to It Came From My Side of the Laundry Room. My name is Rob, and in this episode we will be taking a look at one of my birthday presents that I had to tell you, I have like the patience of a saint that I have not opened this up yet because I am so excited. Now, this shirt is kind of a hint to what it is, and I actually got this shirt for my birthday as well, and this is the first time wearing it, so I've even waited for that. But anyway, this figure is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, so I guess I could have segued that into a G.I. Joe July episode because it's Hasbro, but that would have been cheating. Anyway, the figure is the Drizzt and Guenhwyvar action figure. This is one of D&D's most popular characters from their novel series. He is Drizzt and Guenhwyvar. He is a drow ranger, and he has a pet panther named Guenhwyvar. And, well, we'll get into what Guenhwyvar is because it has accessories. Accessories for days, which is awesome. And great packaging. Packaging that I am still contemplating if we will put him back into display because it's a pretty great display. But we will take a look at that when we hop on the other side here. So, yeah, super excited. I've had my eye on this dude for a while. Surprisingly, Pulse hasn't sold out of it yet. But maybe that's just because D&D action figures aren't as popular as, you know, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Star Wars, Power Rangers, all the other crap that sells out in an instant on Pulse. But, yeah, I was so lucky that my wife got this for me, and like I said, I've been looking at this dude longingly for weeks now, and super excited to finally dive in and see how awesome he really is. So, without further ado, let's head into the Forgotten Realms. Okay, folks, here we go. Drizzt and Guenhwyvar in the D&D figure line. Hopefully, there will be more. I've heard rumblings that there will be. I also know that NECA will be producing some of the 80s D&D figures. Super excited about that. Definitely will get some of those. But this is, I mean, like I said, one of the most popular D&D characters of all time. Dozens and dozens of novels have been written about him and his different exploits and adventures and epic quests, all written by the same author, R.A. Salvador. I mean, yeah, believe me, there were so many books and I read them for so long, I had to tap out eventually. But I still love the character, and seeing him in action figure form, I just got so super excited. Now, like I was saying, this is great packaging, and it's very shiny, and you probably won't be able to get it all, but we have two spiders, which, if you know, drow, that is like their patron animal. Loth is the spider goddess, and you have like parts of the city of Metzabrizen where the drow live underground, and we have panther heads here to represent Guenhwyvar. So, great artwork. Really like that. The back, we have a black on black picture. Looks like you can make it out pretty good, I think. But we have Drizzt jumping, Guenhwyvar here, and they're attacking a dragon. And yeah, it looks awesome. Now, it looks like some of it may be cut off, but okay. This slides off, and like I said, the presentation of this figure is awesome. Now, here is a color picture of what was black on black on the back and full scale. It was kind of cut off, but here it is. They're fighting a white dragon, which of course is ice. And Drizzt lives in Icewind Dale, which is a tundra type of land. Very punishing. And he killed a white dragon to get, I think, at least one of his scimitars here, icing death, which is magic. But yeah, let's just open it up. Where's my knife? Here it is. And like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna stick him back in the box here because I just love the presentation. It might look nice with my D&D books, or it might look awesome with all my other action figures. So here we go. Oh, that's a nice, like a picture of 10 Towns, which is the town that he lives in and helps to protect. First things first, look at this massive D20 it comes with. It's an exclusive, Drizzt D20. I mean, it's like double the size of a normal D20. We'll put that to the side there. And let's start with Guenhwyvar. Now, I think her by itself is awesome. Price of admission, because we saw what a great job Hasbro did with the 6-inch scale timber. And this is a 6-inch scale panther. So we have limited articulation here once you put it in. It's got a hinge here. Scared to try too much because the peg doesn't seem very beefy. Articulated jaws, always a bonus. Hello! Meow, 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 meow. Okay, anyway. But I like the shimmer. That could be, the shimmer that panthers have on their black fur, or it could be that Guenhwyvar is magical. To a degree. I mean, she is, for all intensive purposes, a normal panther, but she lives on a different plane of existence and is called forth by this figurine. So Drizzt carries the figurine with him, and he calls her out of that. And she can only stay on our plane of existence for a limited amount of time. And of course, if she takes too much damage, she will go back to her plane. Sorry for the laundry room noise in the background. Now, let's see here. There we go. That gives you kind of the haunch. Yeah, I really like this. Got articulation here. Kinda can ab crunch it a little bit. The head goes up and down a little bit, not too much. Just enough. But we shall put her here. I mean, that's big. I mean, that's bigger than timber. Now, let's pop Drizzt out here. He comes with 2 heads. one is like the windswept hair head, and one is relaxed conditioning hair. Now, of course, that's, look at that, how they have his cloak. Maybe I won't be putting him back in just from difficulty, but I thought the same thing about the G.I. Joe 25th Anniversary box set. And I was able to fit them all back in. Tell you what, it's a awesome bonus that there's not a million rubber bands. So let's take a look at Drizzt real quick here. Okay, this is his I'm gonna kick your butt windswept hair head. I'm sure the cloak can come off once I remove the head. We will test that in a minute, but look at the detail on this armor. That's awesome. There's 2 scabbards for his scimitars. I like the color. The dark blues and blacks and browns. That just looks awesome. The gold highlights on the armor and his ornamentations and stuff. That is rad. Got some spikes here on his shin guards. I love the green of the cloak and the fur. Here he has his pointed ears, except this one's more pronounced than this one. I wonder if that's that one's kind of folded down. Wow, everything is singing over there. I apologize for that extra noise. Of course, after you just had to hear me dig into that plastic. So let's put him there. Look at his accessories. We have his other, whoa! His other head here. Has his lavender eyes. And of course, you know, the drow, if you know, originally were like ebony black when they first hit the scene. And over the years, they've kind of lightened the skin tone. But in some of the monster manual listings for them, they said they had skin that could get into purple tones. So they kind of went with that to not be offensive, which is always good. Gloved hands. Got 2 of them. One like he's reaching out. One's a fist for knocking fools out. His awesome scimitars. I'm assuming this is probably icing death because of the dragon head. Now, in the books, he also, at one time, had an intelligent, like, longsword that had a unicorn pommel, but he soon discovered that it would change its pommel for whoever was using it. Here is the, oh, I'm an idiot. Here is the Guenhwyvar statue, figurine of wondrous power. That's awesome. Here is some effects for his blades. Goes like that, like he's, yeah, magic coursing off of the blade for some extra ice damage and frost attacking. But his 2 swords are called Twinkle and Icing Death, and Twinkle has like fairy fire dancing off of it at all times. So that would have been cool to get a different effect for that, like a sparkly, shimmery one. And here is his unicorn pendant, because that's his like patron saint, his ranger god that he prays to, as the symbol of the unicorn. And of course I should know that, but Hey, I'm out of practice with D&D, and soon I'll be running my campaign with my kids. I'm super excited about that. Run into a lot of pit traps with life and work and all that, but I'm trudging forward as quickly as I can, and we will be playing. So let's see here. A 7. 4. Oh, you ain't doing too good there, monster die. 12. Getting better. 19. There we go. Maybe I'll use this for my Dungeon Master rolls against my kids. Roll versus death, kids. 1. Y'all make it. Y'all skip around, be happy. So, let's... put the swords in the scabbards here. Actually, just to get a better look, let's see how easy it is to pop the head off. Pretty good. Take the cloak off. And what is the best way to put these in? There we go. There we go. 1, 2. Very nice. One of the things that made him like such a badass in the books was he knew he didn't have to kill people to beat them and humiliate them, so he would use the flat sides of his scimitars and just smack the crap out of them, and the sharp sides of it would still cut the people and leave them with a mark to remember him by. Now he looks like he has no neck, like this, with this hair drooping down. Also kind of has a smirk. I mean, he is a great fighter, ranger. He's a great ranger, really adept at hand-to-hand combat and martial skills with his swords, so I guess that's why he does look a little cocky. But I think I'm a fan of the windswept look. So let's pop his swords out and pose him with them. Put his cloak back on. Yeah, I think that looks much better when you can see his neck. There's some spaces there. Of course, the hands are a little... Now, these I don't trust to not break. So I don't want to force it into his hand, which is very stiff. There we go. There's one. And they just don't... Whoa. They just don't slide in because of how big the pommel is. I hope I didn't hurt that hand by overextending it. But, I mean, he has the same range of motion as a classified figure. As you can see by the hyper knee joint. Would have been cool if he came with like a cool figure stand to stand on, like the Gung Ho that we opened up recently. There we go. Many artwork of him depicts him crossing his swords like that, so that's pretty cool. Now to just get him to stand. I might have to steal Gung Ho's stand for him, because Gung Ho stands awesome without it. Now, does he have a post in the back? He does not, so he's definitely made... Ooh. I had to touch up that paint a little bit. I swear, half these videos are just me trying to get them to stand. Here's a good way to make them stand. There we go. Look at that. I am really happy with this. I mean, for a first attempt at a D&D figure, they knocked it out of the park. Super awesome. I mean, I hope they do more. I mean, like I said, it didn't sell out in an instant, so they might not view it as a success like their other action figure lines, but man, they did a great job. There, I think that's awesome. I think I'm going to put it on the shelf like that. I think I might save the packaging because that's equally as awesome, but yeah, I mean, he looks great like that. I owe it to him to display him proudly like this. Anyway, this episode has run extremely long, just like all of mine. You know how I like to talk about this stuff. So anyway, let me leave you there. So back to me. Back to me. That is an awesome figure. I know I say that a lot, but I don't think I've met a toy I haven't liked. But I think Hasbro is knocking it out of the park with their 6-inch scale figures. I mean, they have great articulation, great detailing, great sculpting, and this Drizzt figure is... I could never have imagined having an action figure like this for that character. I mean, in the 90s, those books meant so much to me. I mean, I started reading them from pretty much my freshman year all the way into adulthood until I just kind of had to put it away because, I mean, like I said, there are dozens upon dozens of books, and it's a continuing saga. I mean, each trilogy is a different epic quest, and yeah, maybe I'll dive back into them one day, but who's got time to read anymore? I mean, especially when you're chasing after kids and rushing them here and there to different events, and when I do have a quiet moment, it's usually time for me to pass out and get up and do it all over again the next day. So unfortunately, I don't have time to read. I wish I did, and maybe if I do one day, I'll jump back into the Drizzt trilogy, saga, whatever. And yeah, those books really got me through some really rough patches in my life. So yeah, I mean, it might sound silly because it's a brand new toy, but I still have nostalgic thoughts about it because of where that character has been at certain points of my life. So super excited about that, and I just love it. It comes with all the right accessories, and I mean, I have them right up here on the shelf, proudly displayed with Guenhwyvar, which is awesome. I mean, what a great articulated animal. And like I said, it's actually bigger than Timber. I should have brought Timber down to compare them, but it's longer, a little bit taller, same great articulation, and got the opposable jaw. I mean, Timber came with 2 heads to give it that snarling look and calm look. So you kind of get that to a degree with the movable jaw. Granted, you don't get the facial features. I mean, it's just a static facial feature with just a movable jaw. Anyway, I still think that Fiona with Crocmaster takes the cake of the biggest pet that comes with an action figure. But yeah, I'm happy with it all around. And the packaging's great. And even though I had the figure displayed and it looks great, there's still a part of me that thinks about putting it back into the package because it's just so well thought out and displayable. So I saved it, and we'll see. Maybe down the road I'll run out of shelf space and I'll have to do that to consolidate. Who knows? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that episode. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them, and I love getting back to everybody. And if you're new around here and you enjoyed this or any of the episodes that YouTube is recommending down here, please hit subscribe. And if you hit that little bell icon, you will be notified whenever there's a new episode. So anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. Keep being rad and stay dorky.